Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 map tour video. In this short map tour video we'll have a look at the map Gnadenthal crossplay. Maybe you already know the 4x map Gnadenthal that is available only for PC and Mac. And this is now the standard size map that is available for all platforms. And Gnadenthal is an American real landscape and or village. And so the map is about this real Gnadenthal village. So let's have a look. Here we are at our farmhouse. Yeah, just a normal Elm Creek farmhouse. Nice. Yeah, and maybe we just go and fly around a little bit to get an overview. So, here we are. And you can already see it's completely flat. And I guess it's like that in real life. And most of the fields are just rectangular, so really helper friendly. And this is common in quite a lot parts of America. And those big fields are also rather common. Yeah, and we see some houses here and there behind is something like a village or so. Maybe we just fly around a little bit. First, we fly to our farm, because the farmhouse which is there is not where our farm is. Our farm is here. And we still have enough place to let the farm grow a little bit. We have quite some nice buildings. Yeah, and we own this field. So, and now we just fly like a big X or so. And we see all those rather huge fields. They are not really huge, more like medium-sized huge, but big enough for most players and big enough for rather big equipment. And here we have something like a settlement, and maybe you wonder about those small fields. And this is a speciality of this map or of this region. And on the map, the special thing is there are around 50 farmhouses or houses that can be used as farmhouses. You can buy the land with the house, and here we can see 3 of those houses, and they all have sleep triggers. And with most of those houses you can also buy fields, small fields that belong to those houses. And those fields are cheap because they are small. So this is a wonderful map to start from scratch with 0. You just make some contracts and then you can buy your first house and your first field. And I think this is a wonderful concept. I have never seen it on another map with so many farmhouses. So, and there we see the dealership with those orange walls. And maybe some farm buildings here for an additional farm. And there is the animal dealer. And this looks like a grain mill and another grain mill. I think this would be the production. A little pond. And then here we have a creek that is like a snake, and it disrupts those squarish and rectangular field shapes. and that makes the area more interesting, I would say. And let's go back. And there we see this typical shape of those fields with the houses again. And maybe you remember those fields from Sri Lanka, because there in Poland or in Eastern Europe it's totally typical that you have those narrow fields one beside the other like this or those one, and we see it on all Polish maps or most of them, and usually they belong to houses, and that's how it is here. Here we have the house and the field, the house and the field, the house and the field. Or maybe this is a shed, but you understand the principle. And here it's the same with the other houses and I think maybe grass fields or so. And yeah, I think that's interesting. And this mixture from small fields that are for homesteading and then the big fields for the bigger farms. And we also have this in Eastern Europe, maps like the Carpathian countryside. We also have very small fields and then big fields. And yeah, it is like that in reality too. And I find it interesting, very interesting, that it is like that in America too. So yeah, they came as immigrants, maybe some 100 years ago, and then they had their small fields, and over time they made big fields as well. Okay, so let's go to the other corner. Here I see an additional farm, and there will be the dairy factory, and here we have another farm building. So I would say quite a lot of possibilities to build your farm, and you could easily just buy a field here and place your farm in one corner because everything is flat. So let's go back, because with this flat shape you can see everything from far away, and there are no additional buildings and such. Yeah, here we have another little pond. And now you can see those are all small grass fields. Yeah, I find this concept very interesting. So maybe we just stop here at our farm. Zip, and have a look at the farm. Or maybe first at the map. The PDA map. Yeah, and as you can see, it's very, very colorful, and that comes from the additional fruit types. We have millet, spelt, rye, triticale, mustard, flax, peas, lentils, alfalfa, and clover. So really quite a lot of additional fruit types. And yeah, you can see those medium big fields, and then here how this rectangular shape is, yeah, I would say disturbed, is modified by the creek. Here we see this area with the dealership and the animal dealer, and here is our farm, and we have all those little dwellings with little fields, and down here we have our house. So we don't live at the farm. This would be a nice farmhouse, but no, we live down there. And let's just see what we own and how are the prices. So we own this here where our farmhouse is, and there's a small grass field. Then here is our farm with a lot of additional place You could easily place a farmhouse there, or maybe production buildings and such. Here we have a field, and there we have another field. And this is pelled, harvest ready, and that over there is potato. And let's just have a look at the prices. So if we want to buy such a medium big field, it costs nearly 500,000. So a typical hefty price. And if we would like to buy this farmhouse, it's just 18,000. And if we want to have a small farmhouse with a tiny field, here just 20,000. So you can just do some contracts and then buy your own home and field. I would like to play such a thing. I won't play because with FS22 so released in such a short time, I don't have time for another Let's Play, but I like this. I really like this. What do you think about this? Yeah, but now let's have a look at the farm. Here we have silos, and here we have a hall that is empty. And then here, potato harvester. This is good, as we have a potato field, and here all kinds of equipment for potatoes. And there we have a very nice John Deere harvester. Not so small, but not so big also. Here the usual stuff. Nice sewing machine. And 2 John Deere tractors. Another shed and front loader equipment and all kinds of stuff for the ground, like a disc harrow, a cultivator and a plow. And over there is our field. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and here we have plenty of room. We could even place a cow barn there and still have a little bit grass to mow, and we have the grass field down the road. Yeah, I would say play-wise this map is awesome. So just have a look at the dealership. Yeah, it looks normal. So on this map, the mapper use more or less the Elm Creek buildings, which is good and easy, because the Elm Creek buildings are really good and easy to use for mods. This is completely different with Oberon, where you can hardly use the buildings for other maps. And therefore in the American maps, the mapper have buildings if they don't want to build them, and then they don't need to have those required mods. But you need 2 required mods for this map to, because in this map you have the swathing integrated, so you can already harvest with the swathing method. And now let's go to the animal dealer. Here we are. Here is the animal trigger like in Elm Creek. And there we see the big grain mill and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, what do you think about this map? Write it in the comments below. For me, is on the one hand, I would just love to start playing on this map, because I see so many possible game playing ideas. It would be a wonderful multiplayer map as well. And yeah, start from scratch, start as a new farmer, start just normal with quite a lot of fields, make your big farm. Everything's possible. And on the other hand, I find it a little bit boring, because the landscape there is boring, I would think. And it is as it is. And for such flat map with mainly rectangular fields, I think it's rather nicely done. So you have trees here and there and bushes and yeah, all the flowers. So it's by far not an ugly map. It's only that the landscape is a little bit boring in my personal taste. But on the other hand, this little bit boring landscape gives the player so many possibilities to make their own thing on the map, and therefore the disadvantage is an advantage. And if I would have more time, so if it would be 1 year before the next farm sim, I would definitely play on this map. Yeah, okay. That's it for today. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.